Hello, and welcome once again to the Dental Marketing Mastery Series. This podcast is brought to you by dentalwebcontent.com and New Patients Incorporated. I'm Howie Horrocks, the founder of New Patients Incorporated. Along with me once again is my friend and partner and the president of New Patients Incorporated, Mark Dilatush. Well, hello once again, everybody. We're here for another podcast. Mark's on the other end. I'm here in Vegas where it's warm, and he's in New Jersey where it's cold.
I'm experiencing Frankenstorm.
Yeah, you were supposed to get 16 feet of snow. And
I know. It turned out to be like 4 inches of snow and 2 inches of ice. It's no big
deal. I think you guys back there, or somebody back there, the weather people, a little exaggerated.
I'm sure some of our customers from Eastern Pennsylvania and my daughter up in Connecticut, I'm sure she's going to get hammered. With snow. So, yeah, I'm just talking about where I am in New Jersey. This is whatever. It's a Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, anyway, our topic for today is your internet strategy and how that might play out as you approach the whole medium of the internet, which is a huge deal. So let's look at that today. Okay.
Yeah, that seems to be the volume of questions coming through the mailbag. Actually, there's some questions coming through Dental Marketing Mastery community on Facebook. If you want to log in there and become a member and watch the conversation, go do so. And Josh at newpatientsinc.com, he's getting some through his email. So I think where the interest is coming from is because we're promoting the importance of reviews and reputation management, and we're also heavily promoting the wonderful benefits of online scheduling. And I think that advertising or promoting is creating the questions, and the questions are, how does this fit? Because we have, hundreds of dental offices that have our websites and our SEO. So a lot of these questions are coming in from our customers. So you don't have to be a customer for this to apply to you. You don't have to be a customer of ours at all for this to apply to you. So this really makes good podcast material. So let's take them one at a time. Let's start with reviews and reputation management and how it directly impacts your online and your offline performance. Believe it or not, it does impact your offline performance as well. So I want everyone to, and I actually posted this question on the Dental Marketing Mastery community on Facebook, and you guys did, half a dozen doctors did a great job in responding back. I want everybody on the podcast to just, if you're driving, don't close your eyes. And if you're on a treadmill, don't close your eyes because you'll fall over. But I want you to imagine that you're searching for something. And in the case of this exercise, you're looking for pizza. So your phone is in your hand and you're in some location. Doesn't have to be home, could be anywhere. And you fire up Google and you type in the word pizza. And Google knows your location. And so it looks for all the local areas, pizzerias immediately surrounding you, brings up a map, brings up the little ABCD balloons, probably brings up a couple of paid ads from Google, and then delivers to you the organic results. This is where I need your brain right now, okay? Because in the last 5 to 6 years, a new selection criteria has been, or a new piece of the overall selection criteria has been introduced to the Google review or search review page. And that piece is reviews. And the consumer, when you're looking for pizza, I want you to think to yourself, yeah, really, where do my eyes go? what do I look at first, second, or third? How do I start to make my decision when I look at a Google search page? And it's different now than it was 5 or 6 years ago, because now there's reviews there. And what your friends and colleagues and local people think about the pizzeria or the pizzerias near you, what they think about it has value to you. Now, you don't believe every review you read, because there's some people out there who have nothing better to do than just leave bad reviews. I mean, you know that, right? But you still look, and it's amazingly consistent what you look at. If you track, and when I get the link for this, I'm going to post it in the Facebook community, but if you track eyeballs after a Google search, and you track mouse clicks and mouse movement after a Google search, the number one draw of the iris, of the eyeball, is actually the reviews. It's not even the name or the link or what you can provide, or it's none of that stuff. It's reviews. And it's amazingly consistent that almost every consumer of almost anything, now right now we're talking about pizza, we're not even talking about dentistry, okay? But it's amazingly consistent market to market how people use their eyes and their subconscious to make selection for services or goods or products or whatever, using a Google search. So they search, they see the reviews, and invariably, the surfer will always look at the train wreck. Not the pizzeria with 0 reviews, but the pizzeria with the rating of 2.8.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mark, the same thing happens on Amazon too.
Exactly.
Don't you always look at the reviews and see the worst ones, so you have a gauge on what you might be getting into,
Sure. When people use reviews for different reasons, but the main reason, now I'll take you from pizza to dentistry. The main reason that dental consumers, review dentists and healthcare providers more than they would review pizza is because this decision, well, dentistry is not a life-saving decision, like a surgeon would be, but it's a really important decision on the dental consumer's mind. And dentistry is a very invasive. I mean, Howie said it in his book, and I think we wrote it in our last book, and we've set it up on stage. There isn't a whole lot more invasive than being 4 inches from somebody's mouth, right? I mean, a dentist is literally in your face the entire appointment, right?
Yeah, literally and actually.
Yeah, literally, right. So it's a really important decision on the dental consumer's mind when they're looking at a Google screen. So they always look at the lowest rated dentist. Always. You do not want to be the lowest rated dentist, because I can tell you why they're looking. They're looking at the lowest rated dentist to justify the dentist they chose.
Yeah.
They're not choosing the lowest rated dentist, okay? They're just looking to justify their other choice, okay?
They've automatically and quickly eliminated something from their field of choices.
Exactly, which brings me to the top 2 or 3, maybe 4 in reviews. So when you type in dentist, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, just to use an example, and you see, I'm sure in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, there's got to be a dozen dentists with Google reviews on that first page, and you see 103 reviews, blah, 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 and you see rating 4.8, 4.6, 4.2, whatever. Immediately the eyes go to the reviews, the review score, and immediately your brain puts them in pecking order. And mom, who's looking for a dentist, will almost always review or look at more than 1 or 2. maybe 3. And then she'll go down to the train wreck, look at that again, and then choose one or 2 or 3 at the top. That's how it works. That's how they make their decision. It's the same decision you make when you choose pizza. Okay, you're not going to the pizzeria that gets a 2.8. You're just not going there. But you will go to the one that's 4.7 over the one that's 4.8 if 4.7 offers whatever, something else, another dish your family might like. Maybe your son doesn't like pizza and he would rather have a different Italian food. Okay. So that's how your eyes work. That's how your subconscious work. And that's how the subconscious becomes then conscious. Okay. And it says, and all this stuff happens in like 8 seconds, right? All the neurons and protons are firing off in your brain. Make a decision. You review, and then maybe you go to 1 or 2 websites and then you check out from there, right? So reviews, reputation, online reputation is an enormous selection, relatively new selection criteria for the dental consumer. And for those of you who are not winning the review and reputation war in your market area, I think what's going on is we're out there advertising Crusader, and then our customers are sending in these requests. Well, what are you guys talking about? Why is this so important? That kind of thing, right? Well, this is why it's really important. If you're sending whatever, let's say you're doing mail campaign or radio or print ad, or I don't care what you're doing. It doesn't matter. If you're just sending out referral brochures, if your domain's on it, people are going to it. Hell, your own patients are sometimes searching your name. Actually, they search your name all the time because they don't have your business card in their wallet anymore. So don't you want to be the best reputation in your market when your own patients go to Google you? The answer is yes. Everywhere down the line, every box should be yes, 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 yes. I want to have the most reviews, and I want to have a review rating in line with what a consumer would want. A 5.0, almost all consumers look at that and go, yeah, there's something fishy there.
Yeah, unrealistic.
Yeah, 4.
All of his cousins got on and left reviews. That
exactly
goes through your head, right?
4.6 to 4.8, 4.5 to 4.9, somewhere in there, right? And you're absolutely good to go. Okay. So that's why we make it such a big, we sell NPI Crusader, and it's a reputation management software, and it integrates with your practice management software, hopefully. And, it all works and it does all that work for you. But even if you don't use that, if you use something else, or maybe you're already using something else, pay attention to it, okay? Because if you're spending money on outbound marketing, or you're spending money on a PPC campaign, or you're spending money on any kind of advertising to drive website traffic, those consumers are making choices based primarily on your review standing. And that could impact all the advertising money that you're spending. So pay attention to it.
Exactly. Mark, this might be a good point. We're going to stop for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. We hope you're enjoying our podcast. Let me ask you, do you have a roadmap for your marketing? Why not let New Patients Incorporated do it for you? Our marketing plans have been proven effective for over 27 years for hundreds of practices across lots of different countries. We will give you the marketing data for your area, a marketing budget. We'll show you how to allocate your budget, and then we will show you the proper deployment strategies for each medium. Click on the header where it says Complimentary Marketing Plan when you go to www.newpatientsincorporated. Okay, we're back now. Let's continue on with this. We covered the reputation management.
Yeah, let's do the next logical sequence, which is you've advertised online or offline, and you've gotten a patient to search for you, or you've gotten them to a Google screen. You're the king or queen of the review and reputation for dentists in your market, and they click through to your website. Now, they may also click through to multiple websites. Actually, most of the moms in the top half of the dental market will go look at multiple websites, just like they would look at multiple restaurants. They might look at the menu. They might look at the map. They may have all kinds of interests. They may look at 5 or 6 or 8 of your 20 pages on your website, right? Now what? Now what? How do we get them off your website onto the phone to make an appointment? Or in this case, the subject that keeps coming up is online scheduling. If you had 2 or 3 different dental offices to choose from, and one of the 2 or 3 offered online scheduling right now, and you knew it's Saturday afternoon at 2:00 and you're sitting there with your iPad watching your daughter play a soccer game, and you knew this one was the only one you can make an appointment for right now, which one would you choose? A lot of people choose, we're seeing the appointments come through, they choose the one that's most convenient. And if you're a mom, if you're a mom and you have your own business or your own job, or, obviously you have home, you have kids, you probably have a husband, whatever. If you're a busy mom, there's nothing more, or there's very few things more important to a busy mom than convenience. And they will almost always convert through a website better with online scheduling than without it. So yes, while we're sending out advertising about online scheduling, the questions are coming in. Why? Why does that make a difference? Why is that additive? Well, it's additive because you don't cover your phones 24/7, 365, which Howie and I both painfully observe when we see our call tracking reports come in, and they almost always say 19.8% of all new patient calls go unanswered.
Yeah.
Okay. And
that's killer. That's killer.
It's a killer and again, you don't have to use NPI for your marketing. It doesn't, we're not talking about our company. Okay. All I can report to you is that we don't really cry anymore, but we want to cry when we see that, close to 20% of the phone calls they're not even picking up the phone. So how does it bridge the gap? Online scheduling bridges the gap because now it's available. It's not only available to new patients, but it's available to your established patients. And that's huge. That helps bridge that gap. It connects the dots between the consumer and your office. Sending in a form on a website requesting an appointment, dental consumers know that that's not an appointment. It's not. It's a request for somebody to call. It might as well be a contact page. Okay? It's a request for somebody to call you when it's convenient for them. It's not an appointment. It's a request to be called when it's probably not convenient for you. That's really what it is to the consumer. But if you offer them online scheduling and you offer it everywhere, it bridges the gap. It connects the dots. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, which is when we manage PPC campaigns and paper impression campaigns through Facebook and for some of our customers. And again, you don't have to do that through us. You may have your own vendor that does that for you. That's fine. But most of the time, those go to landing pages. And the idea when it goes to a landing page is to get them off the landing page, and in most cases on the telephone, or to fill out a form. Well, what if they could also just skip all that crap and schedule an appointment, right? What if, we have a client, I refer to her a lot, and she does these tongue-tie treatments for babies. And when I see 2 appointments being made on a Sunday evening, at 7:00 in the evening, I know on the other end of that line is a set of parents who are feeling a lot better right now because they just took action to take care of their baby, right? You can do the same thing with implants. Like, how many landing pages don't allow you to schedule a complimentary implant consult? That's insane. To me, it's insane for you not to have that as part of your arsenal. It just connects the dots. And the more dots you connect, the more of those hurdles you take away from the distance between you and the dental consumer, the more all of your marketing is going to work better. No matter what your marketing is, no matter who you market through, whether it's NPI or Bob's marketing firm, doesn't matter. Take those barriers away, and you'll do a lot better. You're going to just generate more ROI out of the advertising dollar you're already spending.
Right, and that's really what we look at, or what stabs us in the heart when we see that 19.8 new patient calls go unanswered. It's wasted marketing dollars, wasted marketing punch that you don't have to waste.
Right, and we do the little things with our folks, and we, in our books and in our CE, we and in our Facebook group, and we implore people, hey, come in every morning, look at your call tracking numbers, look at the hangups, but don't just be sad and leave it there. There's a caller ID, the phone number, call them back. There's a really good chance you could get a new patient just by dialing those 7 numbers. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now ask me how many of our customers do that. I don't know. I can't see that. Right. But we still, no matter whether you're our customer or a customer of a different marketing company, do that. That's free advice. It's right there in front of you. Have somebody call, and the conversation's easy. Hi, this is Jane from Dr. Smith's office. You dialed our number while we were unavailable to the phone. May I help you? That's it. It's a really easy phone call to make. It's not a difficult, it's not a telemarketing call. That person dialed your phone while you weren't there.
Yeah, it's not a cold call.
No. So reputation management, online reviews, and online scheduling for everybody. They're seeing our ads in Dentaltown, or they're seeing them probably in Facebook. And they're asking us why we're putting so much emphasis on them. We're putting so much emphasis on them because of those barriers. Reviews are a barrier if you're not winning the war. Online scheduling is certainly a barrier if you're not available to your phones 24/7, 365. Not to mention that mom and dad, or mom in particular, just like maybe her hair appointment or nail appointment or massage appointment or whatever, she's doing more and more of her scheduling online every day. Okay. And she really appreciates the convenience of being able to sit down at the end of the day, take care of it, and just be done with it. So anyway, those are the two pieces. Those are the two dots that we wanted to connect for you, because it's a little bit odd to see us promoting them along with everything else that we do. We're not known to be a software company. I mean, you would think a software company, right, would be promoting those things. We came at both of those for very different reasons. We came at them from the marketing side. We are definitely a marketing company, and we saw that even wonderful dental practices who weren't paying attention to their reviews and reputation management were seeing a declining result on the internet. And then we saw, and have been seeing, that all those missed calls with the people who have online scheduling, those percentages of missed calls go down, right? And so it's all good. So we didn't come at this from a software development standpoint. We came at this from a marketing standpoint. So in that case, it's a little bit different, but just it's important either way.
Well, good. I think that about wraps it up for now. Right, Mark?
Thank you, Howie. I'm sure it's nice, and it's probably 70 degrees. I'm going to go out and shovel ice.
Yeah, well, you and I will be in Minnesota in a few days, and it's I just checked, it's -8 there. No, not minus, it's 8 degrees there where we're going. So
so it's balmy.
Yeah.
If there's anybody, that's right, this podcast will be after the Get It Done
Yes.
meeting, but I think we're going to have more get it done meetings. So you may hear those words, get it done meetings. Howie and I will be doing those in the future.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll be with you again soon. Goodbye. We hope you've enjoyed our podcast today. You can find more podcasts on our YouTube channel, on Stitcher, and iTunes. Also on our websites, dentalwebcontent.com and New Patients Inc.